Good morning, learners. I am Dr. Gitanjali Bhatt Sharma from Uttarakhand Open University. Today, we will learn the concept of forms of market structure, which is very important unit of business economics, applicable in third semester. So, first we need to know what is market. So, a market is generally a place where buyers and sellers meet to buy and sell goods and services. Now the question arises, what is market structure? So the market structure refers to how a market is organized based on the level of competition among businesses. It helps determine how companies set price, produce goods and interact with the customers. Key factor defining a market structure includes number of sellers, the similarity of products and the easiness of entering or leaving the market. Now we will learn what are the components of market structure, means what are the forms of market structure. So the forms of market structure are categorized into four parts. First one is perfect competition, second is monopolistic competition, third is oligopoly and fourth one is monopoly. So one by one we will learn about these four market structures. Now the first one is perfect competition. So perfect competition basically is a market with many sellers who are offering identical products with no control over prices. When we talk about the features, it means in perfect competition there are many buyers and sellers. Means no single buyer or seller can influence the market price because the number of buyers and sellers are more, and in this case they generally offer homogeneous, it means identical products, means all the firms sell products that are exactly the same. Now the third feature is there is no barriers to entry or exit. It means the firms can freely enter or leave the market anytime whenever they need. In this market competition, the firms are always a price takers. It means that the firms must accept the market price without changing it. And there is also one more important feature, which is perfect knowledge of market conditions. Buyers and sellers know all prices and product information, so they have all the information about the market conditions and then they gain all the knowledge of market condition. And the last feature is there is no requirement of any advertisement, means there were no advertising needed, means the products are almost identical, they are identical, so advertising gives no advantage in this type of competition. If we understand this concept with an example, so you can see there is a wheat, rice, vegetables. We can take this example where wheat, rice and vegetables are the example of perfect competition because they are homogeneous products produced by a large number of farmers and purchased by many buyers. We there see that there is a no single seller can influence the price and all the buyers and sellers have full information about the market prices, and entry or exit from the market is very easy. Therefore, these goods are sold in a market where firms are price takers, and this makes it a very clear example of perfect competition. Even there is an example of milk, which is in the milk offered in the rural market also. This is also one of the very important example. Now the next is monopolistic competition. So what is monopolistic competition? It is a market where many firms sell similar but differentiated products, giving each firm some control over prices. So there the firms have similar but the product will be differentiate from the other forms of products. Now the features are there are many firms. We can say that many sellers operate, so no single firm dominate the market. Here there is a product differentiation, means the brand, quality, style of everyone is having when we talk about the brand, quality, style. So each firm make its product unique through branding, even through their quality or their style is also different. And the feature is some price control. It means that the firms can slightly influence prices because their products differ from each other, and there is a very easy entry and exit. Here the new firms can enter or leave the market without much difficulty. And in this, there is also one thing, that the cost is of advertising is heavy advertising. It means firms promote their products differences to attract customers. And one more thing is there, that is the moderate competition. Here the firms compete, but but it means that there is a very less intensely than in the perfect competition. If we compare with the perfect competition, then the firms compete but less intensely than in the perfect competition. If you understand this through an example, so there are many examples of this competition, like the restaurants and clothing brands, hair salons, fast food chain is also one of the very important example. So you can see that the restaurants are an example of monopolistic competition. How it is a example of monopolistic competition? Because many seller here offer similar but not identical products. Whenever we visit any restaurant, we can see that each restaurant differentiates itself through its menu, through its taste, and even their ambience is also different. Price or services, everything is different, giving it some control over pricing. And here the entry and exits are easy, and even the customers have many close substitutes also there. The combination of many competitors and product differentiation make the restaurant industry a very classic case of monopolistic competition. Now the another market structure is oligopoly. So this type of market controlled by a few large firms. There are firms, but there are very few in number, where the action of one business affects the other. It means if one firm take any action, it will automatically influence the other firm. Now the features are, there are very few dominant firms, means that only a small number of large companies control most of the market here, and the products may be identical or differentiated, means that the firms may sell similar products, or they can even sell the branded ones like cars, and like steel industry is also an example of oligopoly. And here in the oligopoly market, there are very high barriers to entry. It means that the new firms struggle to enter because of the high cost or strong existing competitors. That is very tough to enter in the market, and there is interdependent decisions, means that each firm pricing and output decision depend on the action of their rival firms, means there are very few firms and they are the rival of each other, so they are making a very intense competition between among themselves. So each firm pricing, even their output decision, depends on the action of their rival firms. And there is also a very important feature, that is price rigidity, means that the prices change slowly, that the firms avoid changes prices frequently, because to prevent losing customers. Now one more thing is there, the possible collusion or price wars, means that the competing firms may cooperate to fix prices or aggressively cut prices to compete with each other. If we look to the example of oligopoly, the example of oligopoly can be mobile networks, car manufacturers, airline companies are also example of oligopoly only, and we can see in the soft drink companies are also example of oligopoly. So if we look at the car industry, then the car manufacturers are an example of oligopoly, because only a few large firms dominate the market, making each company decisions such as pricing, features and production highly interdependent. And entering into the industry of car industry requires a very huge capital and technology, and it even creates strong barriers to entry. So there is since a very small number of firms control most of the market, so the car industry clearly reflects the characteristics of an oligopoly. So what are the all the features of oligopoly comprises in the car industry? Now the last market structure is monopoly. So monopoly, with the name itself, it is clear that that means a market with only one single seller. There is only single seller who control the entire supply of product, with no close substitute in the market. So the features of monopoly can be: one firm control the market because there is only one single seller and a single company supplies the entire market, and the product is unique. The product has no close substitutes are available, which itself make it very unique from all. And there is a very high entry barriers. It means that the new firms cannot easily enter due to legal, there is a very legal, even we can say financial, and even the technical obstacles are there, so it is not easy to enter in the market. And the firm here is a price maker. It means the monopolist sets the price. They are price makers, so they are free to set the price because it has full control over their supply. They have the full control, so they fix their prices. So these are price makers, and there is no competition. The monopolistic faces no rivals because there is no the monopoly one is making it unique because there is no competition. They are handling the all the things singly. The entire market is over there, so it faces no rival firms in the market, so there is no competition. And this often regulated by the government. We can say that authorities monitor monopolies to prevent any unfair pricing or even the exploitation. So if we talk about the example of monopoly, so electricity supply is also is one of the example of monopoly, and we can say in the railway services is an example of monopoly. Water supply is even the example of monopoly. So we see in the electricity supply how we can say in the example of monopoly, because a single provider usually controls the entire market in a region. It means the high infrastructure cost and government regulation prevent other firms from entering into the market. And since you can see that there are no close substitute and no competition, and the competition is also absent, so the electricity supplier become the sole producer and price setter, making it a very classic case of, we can give it a very classic case of monopoly. So learners, these are the forms of market. Thank you.